The Nevada Department of Education also released some other data. We're of course referring to the Nevada School Performance Framework ratings. The STAR rating system is kind of like a Yelp rating for schools. After a year of hiatus where STAR ratings were not released, some of the criteria to determine those STAR ratings changed this year. We had the state superintendent on our program several times to explain what to expect. Why the change from the old framework to the new?
Well, we had an opportunity. So we had an opportunity with the passage of the new federal Every Student Succeeds Act. And we had an opportunity with the state's alignment. So the state now has a 5-year strategic plan that is consistent with the framework. So the framework's aligned to that. The STAR rating system's aligned to that. So we had an opportunity to go back in and sort of remodel and freshen up the way that we rate our schools.
So how did the Clark County School District do? Overall, CCSD saw an increase in the number of schools receiving 4- and 5-star ratings. 42 schools received 5 stars compared with 41 in 2015, which was the last year STAR ratings were awarded. And 51 schools received a 4-star rating compared to 42 in 2015. But that leaves more than 200 schools in the Clark County School District with a 3-star rating or lower. Here to talk about the ratings and what they mean is Dr. Mike Barton, the district's Chief Academic Officer. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mitch.
Let's start with your opinion on the ratings now that they're out, how the district did. What are your thoughts?
I think we have some success stories, but we know that we have room for improvement in areas. But I think that the transparency of data through the Nevada School Performance Framework, it's much needed. We haven't had that data point or that STAR rating for a couple of years now in the district, and so it's something that I know our communities, our parents, our principals, and teachers have craved to know where that school stands right now as far as student achievement.
I know when, at the beginning, when the state said we're going to change this framework, there was some concern from school districts around the state that perhaps things that were measured in the past that were heavily weighted, showing achievement, were going to be less weighted in the new ratings. Now that it's happened, does the district still feel that way about this rating system now?
Well, I think the state was great as far as being an active listener during this process, because we know that the metric that we value a lot is obviously proficiency, but we also know students may not be at that proficient level yet because of, say, they're an English language learner, still learning English.
Right.
Growth is an important factor, and so the growth metric that's part of the Nevada School Performance Framework being highly valued or being the most as far as the points that can be earned by a school, we're glad that's part of that, and that's a heavy weight as far as consideration. So the state was a great listener in all of this, and we think that it is a fair system that's been developed.
And by growth, you mean perhaps the student isn't proficient, but if you can show a solid trajectory that the student is getting better, that also counts for something.
That's absolutely correct, Mitch. I think that comparing that student to their academic peers who had maybe a similar score a year ago, how did they compare to that academic cohort, if you will?
Okay. So for the district, there are a number of schools that are 3-star or lower. What is the district going to do about that? What do you want to say to parents about that if their school, where their child goes, happens to be one of those schools?
Yeah, our goal is to obviously move all of those 1-, 2-star schools up to where they need to be, and whether it's a 4- or 5-star school. The way to do that is we need to be strategic. We have processes in place right now where we're actually looking at and analyzing as a district our lowest 5% performers, and we're putting in systems that will check to see, are those systems right? Is the teacher quality on that campus, the leadership, are they all right and getting the results that they need? So we're taking a deep dive into those lowest performing schools, but at the same time, our 3-star schools, we know they can get better as well. So we're providing interventions centrally, but at that school level, working with school organizational teams to, again, strive to get a better STAR rating, because we know that's what the public looks at, and we expect high accountability.
And of course, we pointed out some of the schools actually went up in the
Absolutely.
ratings too, so that's a good thing to note. Okay, appreciate your time, and we want to let folks know that if they want to go check out the statistics from an individual school, they can do that. They go to the Nevada Department of Education at nevadareportcard.com. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.